Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, Baton Rouge is a town that likes a good celebration, and we have a great one coming up. It's the Baton Rouge Pride Fest. Here to tell us all about it is Tom Merrill. Welcome back to the show, Tom.
Thank you.
Always glad to have you on. This is a great event for our community and a good time for all, but for folks who might not be familiar with Baton Rouge Pride or the Pride Fest, tell them a little bit about it.
Well, Baton Rouge Pride is our gay and lesbian pride celebration, and it's going to be on June 28th at the Belle of Baton Rouge.
Obviously, this is a very inclusive community event to sort of celebrate all that culture here in Baton Rouge. Tell me a little bit about how it came to be, though.
It came to be because we really didn't see anything out there at the time when we started this in 2007. So now we're in our 8th year, and it's grown from a little picnic in the park to last year we had about 5,000 people. So it's a great event.
Obviously a very popular event for lots of good reasons. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that we could expect to find at the fest.
Well, we like to think that we have something for everybody. We're going to have a community resource fair, which is the centerpiece of the event, about 50 organizations in that. We've got a great lineup of entertainment. We've even got an area for the kids, and it should be a little food, a little fun, some time to enjoy friends. So there should be something for anybody who wants to come out and celebrate with us.
That community resource fair sounds very interesting. What are some of the features of that?
Basically, the Community Resource Fair came about because we wanted to get community organizations together, let people know what was out there. And over the years now it's grown, so we have a lot of nonprofit organizations, we have a few vendors, we have a lot of supportive businesses like Cox who are there to let people know about what's going on with them. We try to take anybody who's interested in being a part of the celebration, so we've got more than 50 different people who are taking part this year.
Absolutely. So, I mean, in addition to being a good time, right, it can be informational and educational.
It very much so. It can be informational and educational. It can let people know what's out there. Some of the groups are recruiting volunteers. Some of them are looking for members. Some of them, like equality organizations, just want to get the word out that they're there, get people more involved. We even have several different groups that are going to be doing HIV testing and education, since that's such a major thing in our community right now, because where Baton Rouge ranks in those things.
Did you ever think that 8 years ago, from those humble beginnings, that you would see it grow into what it has become today?
I never really thought what would happen, or at least not on this scale, and we hope every year it continues to grow, but certainly going from a gathering of 300 people to about 5,000 people through the door last year is surprising, I have to admit that.
Probably one of the best features is really just the great entertainment that you can go check out when you're there. I mean, tell me a little bit more in detail about that.
Well, this year we've got Daphne Mushat, who's a local favorite, along with a new band called The Shiz. We've got a rapper called Princess Cut. We've got a Christian singer, Sean Thomas. We have the Austin Baptist Women, who are a funny drag comedy troupe that are going to be back, and then local favorites, the Crew of Divas. And then we're going to cap off the day with the local Michael Foster Project.
So really, I mean, there's something there to appeal really to everyone, right?
We think we've covered pretty much the spectrum on entertainment this year, so we hope that everybody can find something they'll enjoy.
Absolutely, and we should point out to the folks that this is an event where everyone is welcome, right?
Right, everyone is welcome. We try to make it a family-friendly event. We've even got a kids area, so you can bring the kids, you can bring your parents, you can bring your friends and neighbors, you can even bring your grandparents. They'll find something to do too. So.
And best of all, it's free.
It's all free. Of course, we won't turn down a donation. This year, one new feature we are doing is we're taking donations at the door for the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank to try to help them, because summer's a slow time for them.
Well, Tom, I know people who are seeing this now are going to be excited and want to take part in it. Where do they need to go to find out more information about the Pride Fest?
They can go to brpridefest.com, and not forget that it's on June the 28th.
Outstanding. Tom, thanks so much for coming on and telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Well, he's a veteran and a patriot, and he's running for Congress. It's Captain Bob Bell. Take a look.
Captain Bob Bell. Most people know him for his book, Between Life and Eternity. It's the story of how Bob, his wife, and 2-year-old daughter were killed in a car accident. Although he was content to follow the light, an angel sent him back.
I realize this sounds far-fetched, but it happened to me. The experience taught me not to take things for granted and convinced me to use my second chance to make a difference here on earth. I was fortunate enough to find love again and to remarry. Ramey and I have been blessed with 3 wonderful children, Emily, Jeremy, and Caitlin.
Captain Bob Bell served his country as an attorney for the U.S. Navy. During his duty, Bob worked at the Pentagon and on Capitol Hill to help draft bipartisan legislation on behalf of the Navy. Captain Bob has decided to use his experience and continue to serve. He is running for Congress in Louisiana's 6th District.
I am uniquely qualified to serve as your congressman. My extensive federal experience covers many areas that are important to you. I understand that the best recipe for peace is a strong military that is well-trained and well-equipped. I am a veteran and I will fight to make sure our nation's heroes are treated with the respect and benefits they deserve. No one who serves their country should be treated like a second-class citizen. I am a conservative, but I know what it takes to get a bill passed. Communication across the aisle is a must. I have done it before and will do it again with your support. And finally, I understand how special interest groups try to influence our laws. I am a big proponent of the free enterprise system, but I also realize that reasonable oversight is necessary, and that is the role of government.
If you are someone who believes that the government has become too large and is hurting our country, Captain Bob Bell is the candidate for you.
Our businesses are being overtaxed. When they are overtaxed, they stop expanding, and that kills job growth for you and your family. Our personal income tax code is a mess. I have a tax plan that is fair and very specific for each segment of the population. You can check it on my website.
Bob is against the Affordable Health Care Act.
Obamacare is the perfect example of the right intentions being executed in a rushed fashion by unqualified people. It has killed the free market in health insurance. I will work for legislation that restores freedom of choice and provides you access to your doctors without creating all these extra expenses and confusion. Medicaid is broken and must be fixed. Other states are ahead of us on this, and I will lead the charge here in Louisiana for progress. Without question, getting your health care issues resolved is job 1, and I will not rest until we get this right and do it in a way that is fair for everyone.
Bob Bell is a down-to-earth, straight-talking person who creates goals and systematically accomplishes them.
You can tell by now that I'm not your typical smooth-talking politician. Haven't you had enough of those types of people in government? I am a lifetime public servant who wants to continue to serve. That's the way our founding fathers intended for our system to work. I am not looking to line my pockets. I am not beholden to anyone or any large group or business. I offer you a commitment of hard work and common sense, coupled with my understanding of the law and the Constitution.
Bob has solutions to the issues facing us today, specifically a health care plan that restores freedom to health care choices, a plan to make sure veterans and their families get the modernized programs that they deserve, a plan to encourage businesses to grow and create jobs, real jobs, and a common sense plan to make personal income tax fair for everyone. You have choices in electing the next congressman from District 6 in Louisiana, but only one choice represents the majority of the residents: Captain Bob Bell.
We live in the greatest nation on earth and in a state that is truly one of a kind. We are honest, fun-loving, and hard-working people. Too many of our leaders are in it for themselves. We deserve more than that. That's why I've entered the race, and I'm asking for your support. A vote for me is a vote for yourself. I will conduct myself as you would want me to in Washington. It's time for common sense. Please vote for me, Captain Bob Bell. I will work for you.
If you would like to meet Bob or have him speak to your organization, please get in touch at democracy.com/CAPTBOBBELL.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, find out about the Small Town Chef's Dinner and Awards. Don't miss it.